Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. This video is a little bit different, but this video is about getting ready to have a vacation, a holiday, to leave for a few days for whatever reason. That might not be a vacation. We all know I have raging anxiety about leaving my rats. A few weeks ago, about a month or 2 months ago, I went back home to visit my parents. I was there for 3 days, 2 nights, and it was anxiety-inducing to say the least. But luckily, my partner stayed at home, and he also looks after the rats, so it wasn't such a big deal, and I didn't have to prepare anyone for looking after the rats. But I thought it would be an interesting video to make people think about what they need to prepare and what needs to be done and etc before you go away. So yeah, we are going to Oxford for 2 nights. I am a huge historic material fan, as you can tell from 3 of my rats' names, Pullman, Hester and Coram, and because of that obsession, we're going to Oxford, where a lot of the books are based, and there's a lot of things that are in the books are actually based on real places in Oxford. So that's going to be a really fun trip. I'm really excited about it. I may put some footage or photos or whatever of us there in this video, since it's kind of relevant. But yeah, so I'm going to let you know how I prepare emotionally as well as like physically to go away and have your pet-sitted. I think the first thing is you have to make sure that everything is prepared that you need them to be given. Food, water, any medicines. Make sure it's prepared and make sure it's somewhere obvious, not hidden away somewhere. So for example, here is my rat's cage, and here is how I've laid out their food. So we normally feed in morning and evening, and we're gonna go away on Tuesday and come back on Thursday. So on Tuesday, my brother-in-law is gonna come in the afternoon. On Wednesday, he's gonna come midday, and on Thursday, he's gonna be coming in the morning because we're gonna come back on Thursday evening. So I have weighed out their mix that they would get in the evening. This is obviously their mix, but in forage toys for the second day, so they're all entertained while we're gone. And then this is the mix for the morning on the Thursday. Thankfully, the 2 boys of mine that are actually on, the dinner's ready. Thankfully, my boys that are actually, thankfully my boys that are on medicine at the moment will finish today. So we don't have to worry about them getting their medicine whilst we're away. But I think what it would be a nice thing to do is to pre-syringe any medicine doses that are necessary, so that whoever is looking after them, whether it's a professional pet sitter or friends and family, don't have to measure it out, and you know that the amounts are correct. And even I think syringing out extra dosage would be a good idea. Hello boys. I'm going to show you them because they're being extra cute. This is where Coram loves to sit. This is like his favourite spot. This is Pullman, he's just watching. And I think that's pretty much it. And also make sure you have instructions either written out and left in view, or you message them or you email them. I think that's really important. And obviously make sure it's someone you can keep in contact with, somebody who has a mobile phone. Don't get anyone who won't be able to contact you to do it, because also it might be helpful, this is like rather extreme, but to make sure that the person who is going to be pet sitting has a method of transport, whether that be them driving themselves or they have someone that can drive them, if for whatever reason your pet needs to go to the vet when you're not there. Like, I know if my pet was in that situation, I would drop everything and come back home, but they'd probably need to go to the vet a lot quicker if it was that type of vet visit. So I think that is important too. Make sure they're aware that if they need to go to the vet, that they are taken to the vet, and that they know which vet practice you go to, yada yada yada. I think it's also important to mention that you tell whoever's pet sitting about the temperament of your rats. Don't and any animal, don't lie about an animal with a bad temperament to a pet sitter, because they're not going to trust you after that if you do tell them a lie, and you're not going to be able to use them again. But also, imagine it was you. Like, you would want to know if the pets you are looking after need extra measures. So for example, Pullman there, one of our bitey boys, is going to be well known to be a bitey boy to my brother-in-law who's doing the pet sitting, because he is a bitey boy, and if you do anything near him in the cage, he will bite you. If you touch him in a way he doesn't like, he will bite you. We are working on it, but that's something that obviously, that bond that we're building isn't something that a pet sitter will have, and they need to be aware of that. And if there's any sort of particular things to watch out for example, one rat has a recurrent respiratory infection, or one rat that is suffering with high degeneration, and you need to be watching out that they're getting around okay, etc, etc. So I think that is pretty much all I have to say for right now. I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to possibly record in the morning the things I'm doing on the morning before, and then I will update you how to, like, you know, go through that process whilst you're away, and also when I get back, like, seeing the boys again, because I think that's going to be really cute. But I'm going to go now because this is getting long. Okay, so it's the morning of the trip. It's quite a dreary morning, and the boys are here. We have to say goodbye, boys. Bye, Aki. Bye, Hester. Bye, Perry, 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 Perry chicken. So I just thought I'd show you sort of where I've left all of the stuff, because I did move it from last night. So I have the sign with all the instructions, the food laid out, told them where the treats are. We have also our little woolly bear caterpillars here, which will probably need some leaves tomorrow, but I stocked them up so they should be fine. They're pretty simple beings as well, so I wouldn't worry about them. The one thing with those is I'm going to be very excited to see if anyone has shed skin when we come back. Hello. So I did not finish filming this when we got back from Oxford. There was lots to do. I wanted to soak in being back with the boys. And that's pretty much it. I don't think I have any more to add to what I said earlier about being prepared for a pet sitter, but I will say this: my anxiety about the boys was not as bad as the first time I went away from them, when I went back home when my boyfriend was still here. And I think that's possibly because my type of anxiety, the way that my anxiety works, is if there is a way to sort of check on them that feeds my anxiety, and when he was here I could constantly have updates on them, and I think that also fed my anxiety, whereas when there were no constant updates I didn't feel very much anxious, very much anxiety, apart from when my brother-in-law did phone us just to make sure he was doing the right thing. Then I felt anxiety, but throughout the days and stuff I don't think I had time to feel anxiety. But I also think there was sort of a connection there to the fact that, sorry, I got distracted by a horrible daddy long legs on the window. Yeah, so I think that's my experience. I'm gonna go and edit this video so it can come up, go up, you know. But that's my experience and sort of my advice when having to leave animals, specifically rats, and go away. Yeah, please don't go away and leave your rats without attention once a day, because I think I mentioned this earlier, but rats can and do go downhill very quickly, and without that supervision at least once a day, it's going to be very difficult to catch anything if something sudden happens. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. Look at this little boy having a snooze, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video.